This week has been good, but also nerve-wracking. I have mocked up the two sections that I now have finished, and I put them in place to see where the sculpture is headed. And now that I see the actual scale of the project, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is not gonna work, this isn't gonna stand. I'm going against gravity on this one, and I'm still moving forward. I'm also really having some sleepless nights, or just my dreams are invaded, where I'll repeat the same action over and over. And I think part of it is a way for me to mentally prepare for the next steps. So like I kept dreaming about rolling the piece, and then I'd roll the piece, and then I'd roll for hours. I would just roll the piece. So I'm happy to say I cut the big piece and rolled it. It rolled really easily. I actually made a little steel mock-up of the roll so that I could see where to put the stainless steel in to the roller and track the lines that I needed the roll to go along, and then we could just roll it. It took about an hour. My side rails are matching up with the roll. I do have a little wrangling in place that I've got to do, so I've got to come along wrapped around the piece right now to really cinch that roll in and get those side rails welded so that I can, and the inner structure skeleton, to really get that nice and solid so I can start moving it around. And then the next step is putting all three sections together and really seeing this sculpture as a big, ginormous sculpture that's not going to stand. It is going to stand. It's going to take a little bit of engineering to get that base so that it's using internal strength and struts to hold up the actual sculpture. I think. Famous last words. But that's the plan anyway. So this week I finished section 2. That's ready for shingles. I cut the shingles, and then I need to get the pattern of the shingles set in place. But right now my main focus is going to be attaching the side rails to the big rolled piece, and then assembling all three parts, and then adding the clapboards and shingles onto the piece. In the meantime, I hope the piece doesn't invade my dreams too much or make for any sleepless nights. But I am excited to see it all come together. It's getting really close now. It's big. It's only 10 feet tall, but it's wider and deeper than any project I've usually take on in my own studio.